and RaisCredit.com can teach you how to get it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ray. Last name is Reynolds. Please take a moment, get a tab and a pen. This is RaisWebinar.com. Ultimate goal is to get everybody to the $1 million dream. I know you've heard it before. Bottom line is, a lot of people that are telling you to get to the American dream, they need your money to make their dream happen. Well, the difference with me, all right, I'm going to show you all kinds of fun stuff, how I brought in 100,000 at 9.5, $1 million at 14, double billion at 26. It's also the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years. So, you know what? I'm going to have some fun. But I want you to understand something. Tablet and pen, write things down. Don't just take pictures. You got the ability to change your life if you want to. Here's a phone number, please. Write it down. That's how you get a hold of us at the office here. It's 800, toll free, 510-3338. Bottom line is this. I want you to do something different. I believe everybody's been knocked down. All right, someone got in your way or tried to take it away, or they actually did. So if you think about a couple things, let's plan the problem. In other words, let's be prepared, all right, what life does to us all, and let's have safety credit. Write it down, please. Next thing is, let's create the line of defense. That'll give you the ability to see it, believe, and go get it. Just write those two things down. I'll explain it through the overview today. You see, what I don't want you to do is bring the pain home. As we do this, we all fall down. We get knocked down, someone gets in our way, try to steal whatever we got. We got a choice. I call it the Humpty Dumpty. Let's get back up again and again. You see, what I don't want you to do is ever hear the word no. I've heard no a billion times. Could you imagine if I listened to those silly people? How was I going to buy my first Lamborghini at 14.5? You got to realize something. It's pretty simple. Don't accept failure ever. My journey, I'm going to give you a little overview, but I want your journey to begin with me. I want you to allow me to hold your hand, literally. I want to make sure I do all the work for you and get you to the $1 million dream. Then I want to teach you exactly what needs to be done. We're going to create something together, a relationship. We're going to actually get Ray's rules down. So think about it. When I was a little boy, I used to collect magazines about rich and famous people. I cut out their pictures of the cars, the houses, all the goodies. You see, when I was born in a taxi. She wanted a little girl. Well, I got a wee-wee, so guess what? She gave me the girl's name, raised my middle name, and she threw me away. That kind of sucked. Then I got to be with Mrs. Hope. Oh my goodness, she was fun too. She got her weekly and monthly checks. But what did she do? She dropped me off at Redondo Beach Pier every morning at 6:30 from the age of 3 to 9.5 years old. All right, I think she was a she-devil from hell. I learned to steal and beg off the pier. The bottom line is that kind of sucked. But you know one thing I got to do? All right, I wanted to get out of hell so bad, I created Ray's rules. Think about it today. I got my Lamborghini collection, my Duffys, my mansions. I even broke world records too. The bottom line is kind of fun. All right, don't worry, I even had my yachts and my race boats parked in my backyard. And the helicopter, the Ferraris, and all the goodies. See, this is just to show you that I'm not full of you-know-what. All right, not to brag, I did it, but so can you. Write down Ray's rules today. I know, you spend thousands on crap, it didn't work. All right, they promise you this or that and blah, blah, blah. The bottom line is this. All right, that book you bought about secrets, you learned someone else's story. The one about how to get the $1 million dream, same thing. You know what happened in 1977? I wrote a system called Winning the Game of Business. You see, I had to turn it into a game for me. Why? Pretty simple. All right, you see, I had to move 24 times by the time I was 11.5 years old. Those people were mean to me on the 1st and the 15th. I think their rent or their mortgage was due or something. So I learned how to connect the dots as a kid. I found out a corporation was a legal person at 7.5 years old. And at 9.5, I set up Helping Hand Industries. Brought in 100,000, then $1 million, then a double billion by the time I was 26. How am I doing so far? You see, I haven't had a paycheck for over 20 years. By the way, what I'd like to do for you today is pretty simple. I want to do all the work for you. I want to hand you $1 million card or $100,000 card. I want to make sure you're on the plan to get to the $1 million dream. By the way, I'm going to guarantee it, do the work for you, but then I'm going to teach you at the seminars, workshops, and boot camps. By the way, I never pass the buck. You're going to be stuck with me. Getting you up to the 820 credit score, not a problem. You see, today's what? Friday the 13th. It's a great day. The bottom line is I'd like to get you that $100,000 or personal or business credit, either one. From there, let's get you a franchise. Let's get you a house. Let's get you an apartment complex. All right, maybe a commercial real estate too. But me, I'm just going to hold your hand while I do all the work for you. Is that okay? See, I'm the guy in 1998 that got written up in Inc. magazine too. See, I built $1 million of credit for my cat. Meow. Would you like me to do it for you too? It's pretty simple. If I can do it for the cat, I can do it for you. I got to have some fun. You see, one of the things about this year, it's 2020. That's the first fiscal year. Now, 2021 is going to be on its second year. All right, you know what that happens when a corporation is 2 fiscal years old? We get to go after 9 lines of credit, up to $5.4 million of credit without a tax return. Next year's blackjack year. You get to win if you want to. Now, you can trust my guarantee. It's in writing, by the way. If I can't do what I say, you get your money back anyway. The bottom line is I got a 100% success rate. So all you got to do is let me do what I do best. You see, the last time you lost your job or had an emergency, what happened next? You ran out of time. You ran out of money, and then you jacked up your credit again. In 42 days, you brought the pain home. By the way, this is your life today. I don't understand why you're not a $1 million dream anyway. I don't understand why you don't have $1 million in the bank or under a corporation. So I'm going to have to give you exactly what it takes to do this. I'm going to give you some step-by-step rules and tools. First of all, tomorrow morning, get your butt out of bed by 4:30 in the morning. I don't know why you're sleeping in anyway. Now, guess what? Every time we turn around, now there's me again. Guess what? I got to teach Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW and Spearin years ago. Maybe I can teach you. Write down Credit Services Act, please. Google that later today. It'll take you to the Federal Trade Commission. They'll say flat out, credit repair is a scam. They're not allowed to collect money up front, but they do it every day. It'll refer you to the Credit Repair Organization Act that says attorneys can't do credit repair either. What are you supposed to do? See, there's a science behind all the madness. If you allow me to do what I do best, I can get you an 820 credit score. Now let's start out with your Social Security card. Come on, ladies, get it out of your purse next to your feet. Gentlemen, it's in your back pocket. Let's see what we got. See, you got one SSN. Now, why did you get a Social Security card? Why? Remember when you were a teenager? They told you to get a SSN to go get a job that equaled a 1040 tax return. That's all it was for. So you got one of these now, and the Federal Trade Commission says everybody's screwed up today. Is that going to be you? You see, I want you to read the card front and back. It says, do not laminate. Don't use for ID purposes. It's not even yours. Don't carry it with you. Remember the application you filled out years ago? There it is. Look at the card in front of you. Come on, please. It says belongs to Social Security Administration and not you. But what happens is those credit card companies and the banks are using that number. They're breaking all the rules. They're not allowed to. I got a system called Rapid Refresh. I get to block all your crap and rebuild you. Would you like to have some fun? I created it. God gave it to me to give it to you. The reality is I own all the rights. No one on the planet can do it today besides me. We're going to have some fun. Remember, I've been doing this for 43 years. Now, today, I'm going to charge you for Rapid Rescore. I'm going to rebuild your credit for free. I'm going to charge you $4.99. Then I'm going to hand you 10 times your money back to you. All right, so too good to be true. Guess what happens today? I'm going to hand you a $5,000 credit card. See, here's the problem. You haven't had the safety credit. You need it all along. So what if you basically Zelled me $4.99? I got you the 820 credit score, which I do every day, and I give you 10 times your money back on a cash credit card. You want checkbooks with it too? It's up to you. You see, here's how we get paid through COVID-19. You Zelle, you wire, you deposit. Take a picture of that page today. You're probably going to need it. Now, as we go to play some more, let's remember a couple things. I want to repackage your life. I'm talking your house, your car, your bank account. Sorry to say, if I brought in $2 billion by the time I was 26, why haven't you? All right, I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years. I want to repackage your whole life. I want to clone me into you. Let me do the work for you, because I want to make sure you never bring the pain home ever again. Credit saved my life as a kid, as an adult. So what happens next? Oh, goody. Oh, there's always those people that would say money for a rainy day. You ever heard that crap too? In my life, it doesn't rain, it always pours. So let's see what we need to do today. Now, guess what? Let's pretend today you need $5,000, but you need it now. Oh, goody. You're going to ask your friends, your family, and the bank. They're all going to say no. If you had a credit card like in my hand or on the screen for $5,000, guess what? If you had to max it out to buy time or fix that emergency you have today, the payment is $50 a month. Having safety credit will save your assets all the time. And by the way, you probably waste $50 every other day. Now, what happens next is pretty simple. They say all of you, statistically, you waste $140 a week. Is that true about you? That's $600 a month. Let's look at two venture cards. They're each worth $50,000 a piece. One's a venture one. No problem. So here's the thing. Write it down. Personal credit is going to be called safety credit from now on. You see, you can't write off the credit card or the interest rate at all. Now, if you were to max out one of these cards, by the way, the payment is $612.26. The same amount the average person wastes every month. You see, that could have got you 2 pizza pizzas. You could have started a business. Why would you ever waste money? I don't get it. But I had to steal and beg off the pier to get out of hell. I'll never waste money any given day. So today, what are we going to do? Remember what I said in the beginning today? We're going to plan on the problem. We're going to plan on someone's going to piss us off, get in our way, and try to take it away. But you're going to have safety credit. You're going to have the line of defense. You're going to be able to see it, believe it, go get it. No matter what, I don't want you bringing the pain home ever again. Because we're all like Humpty Dumpty. We've got to get back up again and again. Now, start setting up your goal list and your activities too. Remember, you're going to have to believe in yourself. Me, I believe in God and I believe in me. It's pretty simple. When I broke the world record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981, I still hold the record today. By the way, white men do jump. Just stupid people say we don't. So let's understand this today. Never listen to someone who says you can't do this or that. God gave you a gift and a dream. Go get it. Then help people every day like I do. You see, you're going to have to run your own race. You're going to have to use Ray's rules, find your voice, become you. I don't know why you don't have a $100,000 card or $1 million card today. Everybody needs credit, especially through a pandemic. Now let's look at that SSN one more time. Remember, you got it as a kid. Why? As a teenager to go get the job. It was supposed to equal the 1040 tax return, that's all, and you get 2 write-offs if you're lucky. But what happened is now you got to look at the system. You see, you got your Experian, you got your Equifax, and your TransUnion too. And the moment you jacked up a card past 29%, you dropped your score, got stuck, couldn't get any more. Can you relate to that, some of you today? It's pretty true. You're going to master Ray's rules and tools. The bottom line is we got the ability to do this right. Now let's remember the other reason we have an SSN is because the United States of America Incorporated uses us as collateral. That's why this SSN says. And ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, they've been printing money 24/7. So let's do this. Write a little list, please. Tablet and pen. Let's write down Ray's rules. Let's write down 100,000 of credit. Don't tell me you don't need that, because I'll show you do. You never use more than 29%. That would have gave you 71,000 of safety credit. Just in case you lost your job or there's a pandemic, you can feed your family up to 2 years. You see, what most people do is they take the personal credit, the money, and they roll the dice, say, honey, let's hurt the family some more. When you take personal money and credit from the family that you can't write off and you bring the pain home, that just hurts the family. Do yourself a favor. Write down, never bring the pain home again. Sorry to say you did it wrong in the first place. I'll show you the better way to play the game. You see, we all got a sad story to tell. There's me in a coma at 5.5 years old. I hit the curb going 40 miles an hour on my bicycle. I was told I'd never go walk again in my life. Then I'm in another coma in 2009. I got to do it twice. But in the second one, I got to die. Look at me. I got to die July 5th, 5:41 in the afternoon. Kind of sucks. You see, back in 2009, we had swine flu pneumonia. Pandemic 9, all right, COVID-9, that's, N1, H1. The bottom line is now we got COVID-19. Don't worry, there'll be COVID-26 too. You better damn well get ready, because it's going to happen again to you and me. All right? You see, there's my yacht, my race boat in my backyard. I'm from Show Me State. Show me or shut up. I'm so tired of all the blah, blah, blah and the motivational crap. Or you bought a book, How to Get Money or Secrets and all blah, blah, blah. The bottom line is, you're not getting diddly squat till you get the money. That's flat out the truth. Okay? Everybody needs the money, because money gets you honey. Is that correct, ladies? So let's understand something today. I'm in a damn coma and I get to die? Are you kidding me? Why? Because someone came on my yacht with swine flu pneumonia and killed me. That kind of sucks. But the reality is, in that coma, I made a promise to God I'd help people the rest of my life like you. Here I am. 5 weeks I walk around with an oxygen tank after the coma. All right? I put my credit score back to an 820. Then I popped a $1 million credit card. I don't stay down, and from now on, neither do you if you play with me. I'll guarantee that. Okay? Because I know how to fight every which way there needs to be done. You don't bring the pain home ever again. You see, God saved me to come back and help you. You gonna pay attention today? Believe in yourself. Guess what? God won't put you through something you can't handle anyway. And after meeting me, there's no more excuses for you. You got a choice today. You see, we don't get a do-over. We get to live or die. COVID-19 can wipe us all out. I'm going to suggest wear a mask. Because if I knew to wear a mask or a bubble around my head versus laying there in that hospital being dead, I would have did that too. You see, understand something today. It takes a moment to die and a lifetime to live. You got to understand something. We can all get through this. But please, don't be comfortable. I've never been comfortable a day in my life. Doesn't matter that I got another 10 billion coming in the next 3 to 6 years. It's kind of fun. I brought my first 2 billion by the time I was 26. I think comfortable people are lazy. They're the ones that got those jobs and they hate them. So let's do this. Let's do what I do every day. I get up every morning at 2:25. I drop to my knees and I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go find a mirror. You see, every time and I started this at 2.5 years old, when I was on the ground crying my eyes out, I saw a mirror. I realized at 2.5 I had to figure this out myself, because I didn't get the mommy and daddy like everyone else. I got used and abused, and it kind of sucks. So I said to myself flat out, I got to figure this out, just like I did today. Why don't you try it once? Look in the mirror. Don't comb your teeth. And ask yourself 2 questions. Have you completed everything you need to? The answer is no. All right, is there more to be done? Always. So why are you sleeping in past 4:30 in the morning? You don't want it bad enough? Here's something I've asked millions of people for 43 years, seminar workshops and boot camps. Did God give you an idea, a dream, or a vision? They seem to all say yes. Then I always go, what did you do next? Then they go, I asked my friends and my family. Do you realize your friends and family cannot see your vision or your dream? They probably just clouded your direction anyway. I'd like to tell you, shh, for 90 days. Let me do the work for you, hand you the fish, get you in the workshops and teach you how to fish too. And then that way, when you get the goodies, they're all going to go, how'd you do this or that? Just say raiswebinar.com. It's that simple. Now today, we're going to chase the money. Yes, I love money. It's one of my top 10. Not my top 5, but it is my top 10. You see, money to me, I don't have to steal off the pier, eat out of a trash can. I can feed my family and pay my bills. I can help people like you. Let's go get the money today. Now this time, I'm sorry, you're going to have to really understand something. 90% of people hate their jobs. So understand, you, me, we're getting older. We're not as pretty as we used to be. Go back to the job you hate. It's okay. They're going to fire you eventually anyway. Then you're going to drive an Uber and deliver some pizza. Is that your true American dream? It's not mine, but it could be yours. Now take that tablet and pen and write this down, please. All right, the way I designed this in 1986 is very simple. Now realize, this is a corporation. We set up line of defense divisions, subsidiaries, and more. So let's understand something today. When you drive around your city, you'll see a bank or a grocery store that are empty, that are still in business, but that location, they bankrupt that piece before or during COVID-19. In other words, they wrote it off. All right, they got a tax benefit, and they're still in business today. You didn't play that way, and you brought the pain home. So if we do this correctly my way, for every division, line of defense too, remember something. I wrote the rules in 1986. This is called setting up the line of defense. You got it? Because if something goes wrong, I don't want the pain to go to the corporation or to you. The bottom line is we don't want to bring the pain home ever again. You got the choice today. And let's remember something. When I was with Mrs. Hope from the age of 2.5 to 10 years old, see, what I did when I was 7.5, she had a poker game every Wednesday night. I stood outside my bedroom, which actually is the pantry, and then I basically wrote little notes. I thought I was weird. Probably true. But they said something that one night. They said a corporation's a legal person. I wrote that down. I circled it 10 times. You see, for me, I heard my way out of hell if I could figure it out. The next day, I rode my bicycle to the Torrance Police Department because I knew there was a library next door. Now, look what I'm looking for. Just like you, I'm looking for a book, a blueprint, how to get out of hell, get the $1 million dream. I know, you bought all those books and those CDs, and you got all those things too. Oh, goody. You learned someone else's story. Sorry, until you get the money, it's all BS. Till the end of the day, you got a choice. I read that book front and back. You see, I was lucky. God gave me an IQ, all right, with total recall on most things. I read a page at a time. I got pissed off. You see, it didn't exist. So for every day from 7.5 to 9.5 years old, I was at the library creating my own little blueprints. It's called the Millionaire's Founders Kit, by the way. That's how I brought in the first 100,000. Million at 14, double billion at 26. It's in the books and CDs. Now, I had $841 million of real estate before the coma. And some of you today, you better get ready for all that real estate we're going to be able to go get between now and next year. So let's understand something today. How about even the financial series become the bank, buckets of money, and tax balancing too? You see, all right, even winning the game of business. For 32 years, I was at the Bonaventure in Los Angeles every Wednesday night. There was a line around the hotel. But again, then I got into a coma. So the system there, I used to sell it for $20,000 a pop. When the credit hotline closed their office this year in March after COVID-19 started, because they went home to get that extra unemployment check, we found some books and CDs in their warehouse. So guess what? The sales team here today is going to give it to you for $999. Not too bad. Now, if you did it while I'm doing a webinar, during the webinar, all right, I give you half price. It's $499. Okay? So what happens is you can Zelle, wire, deposit. But it's got to be during the webinar. If not, call sales later today. They'd love to sell it to you for $999 today. So let's understand what I really want to do. I want to rebuild you. I want to take the rapid rescore and block all your crap. Get your credit lines, personal and business too. Then I want to do the corporation, book, CDs, and classes. I want you stuck with me. Now write it down, please. I want you to look at every credit card you have today. I want it at 25 to 29% all the time. That's how you maintain an 820 credit score, by the way. All right, if you jack up the card, you drop your score, got stuck, couldn't get any more. Sounded like some of you? Remember something. I've got to make you a qualified CFO. I'm an affiliate to 115 creditors. I have $10 million of history I get to use. So I get to add you to one of my cards, and I get to issue a card off my card for you, but ask for separate billing. Is that okay with you? You see, it's not hard to do when you've been doing it for 43 years like me. So we get to have some fun. Remember that 820 credit score? You got your name on it today. Now please write down CFO equals you. You have to be a millionaire CFO, all right, to be able to go get it to the corporate structure today. Don't forget, my cat, I did it in 1998 because it was fun. I got it written up in Inc. magazine too. Used plastic to finance that business. So if I could do it for my cat, I probably can do it for you. The bottom line is like the gold and the platinum cards. These cards are fun. Why? As long as, listen carefully, they're paid over time, the 29% rule does not affect them at all. So if you want one card, let me know. I'll get you one and teach you how to push it up to 100,000. If you like 9 more, let me know that too. If you like, you can call the office at 800-510-3038. I'll explain that to you some more too. It's pretty simple. See, with me, there's 4 points of making money. First thing, I like the real estate. But here's the thing. You're going to have to get structured right away. 2020, 2021 is 2 fiscal years. All right, I'm sorry to say there's a lot of real estate that's going to be available next year if you're ready for it. Basically, we're going to do maybe a fixer-upper, a duplex, a fourplex, commercial real estate too. All right, kind of fun. Now, I'd like to think about getting you in a franchise. All right, a Pizza, a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, and a Wendy's, the ones that are open to COVID-19. Now, remember, we're not done. They're going to have this, cure and all this great stuff. It's going to happen again. If it happened to me in 2019 now, in 2009, all right, it's going to happen, in the next 10 years again? We better be ready just in case. All right, but again, you never think it's going to happen to you till it does. Profit sharing. How about leveraging money and credit? You see, I was known as the incorporator for rich and famous people for years. I can turn these into 99 more cards. There's 84 ways to do that, but you're only going to need 3 or 4 ways to play that too. Now let's look at a corporate car. You see, everyone you see that are rich and famous, they drive company cars and they ride it all off, but not you. What you do today is you get your paycheck. Well, that's just good. It's been taxed. You got the leftover to pay your bills. You pay for a car you should not, and then you take the money and credit from the family, roll the dice, say, honey, let's hurt the family some more. You've been using the wrong money all along, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why you're not driving a company car under tax ID and fleet price. So let's think about this today. They call your paycheck taxable income. Are you paying the payment, the gas, registration, the insurance too? If you're doing that today from your paycheck, can you yell the word no right now, please? I'd like to get you to the workshop with me. I'd like to show you step by step for tax ID and fleet price. All right, you should be driving a company car. Is that okay with you? You got the ability. Now let's look at an SS4. Now here's the thing. If you try an SS4 on your own, I'm sorry, it's probably not going to work. Why? It's pretty simple. It's because you need an affiliate to set up the credit report in the first place. Now let's look at line 10. It says banking and credit purposes. So here's one that actually gives you the rules and the tools and to do it right. See, we can write off the credit cards and the interest rate as well. If you allow me to get you a corporation, line of defense, and tax IDs for every division, could be basically a division or subsidiary too. What that does for you, I get to build you an Experian and a TransUnion Equifax per tax ID. How many would you like? I wrote the rules in 1986. You might want to play and learn how to set up that line of defense today. We don't want you bringing the pain where? Home. It's pretty simple. For every tax ID I get and obtain for you, I get you Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, and we get to write off the cards. That way the business can finance itself and not steal the money from the family anymore. The bottom line is this. Write down SS4 times 4. You see, SS4 times 4 is pretty simple. The way I designed it in 86 is this. You don't name a corporation after you. You don't name it what it does, and then you set up the line of defense. See, I'm sorry to say, there's always something going to go wrong. There's always somebody going to piss you off, get in your way, try to take it away. Maybe your friends and family too. Bottom line is this. How would we get divisions for real estate, franchise, current business? If you allow me to, I can build you up to $100,000 to up to $1 million card per tax ID. I don't know how many you want today, but you remember earlier, I offer you up to $100,000 of personal credit. I believe we all need that for safety credit in case we lose our job or there's a pandemic, but we never use more than 29%. We don't want to ever hurt the family. We don't want to bring the pain home. Ray's rules are pretty simple. All right, SSN was what? We got told to do that to get a job to equal the 1040 tax return. That was what it was for. Corporation SS4, it says banking and credit purposes. So we get to do what we're allowed to do if you allow me to do it for you too. SSN 1040, it's right there. You got 2 write-offs if you're lucky. SS4 times what? 4. All right, 11, 20, and more. There it says banking and credit purposes all day long. How much credit would you like? See, here's the thing I like to do. The average person who has a corporation today, they spend $3,000 plus and got a stock kit. The problem is they didn't get to learn how to do anything with it anyway, and they say 96% don't do anything at all. If you allow me to get the articles, the OSLIS, and the tax ID, I'll do the work for you, hand it to you for $9.99. Now, I want you to go to the workshops with me for 3 months. I want you to remember every time you watch your favorite movie, you can probably say the lines before they do now, correct? See, you got it here. If you go to corporate setup for 90 days, you're going to master the rules and the tools. Then we want to go into level 1 for 90 days too, setting up those divisions, a line of defense for you. Normally, all right, for 3 months, that's $9.99 too. The office normally sells it for $1,998 to you. Today, I'm going to give you half price. I'm going to get you to make sure you understand the rules and the tools, but then I'm going to hand you 10 times your money back to you. You see, I don't want to have any excuses so you can't go forward with me. So I'm going to hand you $10,000 of credit. It's $9.99. I'm going to do your rapid rescore and credit building 2 for free. There's no more excuses today. The Millionaires in the Making is my favorite one. Why? It's pretty simple. I add all the pieces together. I analyze you twice. From there, the office likes to sell for $3,995 to you. Today, it's $2,499. But you get $25,000 of cash credit back. That's 10 times your investment. So the decision here would be, did you want to spend the $9.99 or the $24.99? You want $10,000 or you want $25,000? Either way, you're stuck with me. You Zelle, you wire, you deposit. You're going to build that relationship with me because I'm not going to let you down. You've got 20,000 rules to learn and master up here. You got to get to the workshop with me. Now, if you're watching me on Google, Facebook, and YouTube, that's kind of fun. You're missing the PowerPoint in front of me. You might want to go to raiswebinar.com, all right, and then learn how not to bring the pain home again. You see, what I heard at 7.5 years old is right in front of you. This is Chapter 18 under corporations. It's not legal advice. It says a corporation's a legal person. You see, a corporation has more rights than you and me. Do we have the ability to do this right? Now, some of you are going to say, I don't want a business. I like that job I hate. Okay, get a corporation anyway. Then you get personal and business credit. And then you get to write off those things you're not writing off today. Kind of like the doctor, the CPA, and attorney too. Remember, we got to have the ability to play. Remember something today. The United States of America Incorporated, they set up their line of defense, but you have not yet. By the way, it's called states. Every state's a corporation today. Did you know the states set up their line of defense too? Every city's a corporation too. By the way, they wanted to plan in case there was a problem, like I said in the beginning today. That's why they created and invented a Chapter 9 bankruptcy for cities. So let's see. The United States of America set up their line of defense. The state did. The city did too. What about you? You see, you got to remember something today. You are we the people. It's about time you learn how to play the game. When Nixon took the gold standard out, these guys got the key to the printing press. And they print money 24/7. Now, I want you to think about this. Come on. You and me, we got our SSN because we were told as a kid, teenager, get the SSN, Social Security card, all right, equals your 1040 tax return when you get your job. That's all it was for. Now, here's Mama. She delivered a baby this morning. The hospital's going to hand her an SSN form for the baby. They have to federally mandate, put it in the government system, equal and issue and basically request a Social Security card for the baby before the baby's in the stroller in the car so he can go home. See, they got to know how much more money to print. All right? Remember, your personal credit, SSN, please classify it as safety. Don't use it and abuse it anymore. Let's get you a corporation with a tax ID. Let's get you a $100,000 card or a $1 million card too. Let's set up the line of defense for you. For every division, all right, we can separate pieces too. Remember those grocery stores or banks you see today that filed bankruptcy on that piece? They're still in business too. They wrote it off and they actually got to win. We get to do that too. So let's do this. Let's never bring the pain home. Mr. Trump bankrupted 4 corporations in the past. He didn't bring the pain home, but you did. From there, rich and famous people do it all the time. Even cities did it too, but not you. You got a choice, and you got to listen and learn. Pretty simple. I want you to master Ray's rules and tools. There's a lot to learn to make sure you never bring the pain home ever again. Remember, credit cards start credit score. Credit score gets you more like a house and a car. They look pretty, but they don't do anything for your credit report, sorry, unless you screw them up. So what's the rule? Don't screw them up. Now, Ray's rules are simple. Okay, you're going to use every card, make sure it's 29%. 25 to 29%, that's it, period. From there, I got to make you a qualified CFO. You know, I know online you're going to see trade line crap. That doesn't work. Oh, you're going to use the authorized user crap too? Sorry, that's not going to work either. You have to literally be a qualified CFO. And gold and platinums are great because we get them paid over time, and they don't have to hurt the 29% rule too. I can get you 1, teach you how to put you at 100,000. I can get you 9 more too. It's going to be up to you. But then that specialty you call the office. It's 800-510-3338. There you go. Now remember, the SSN you got today, your Social Security card, the credit card companies and the banks aren't supposed to use it and abuse it at all. So I got to wrap and refresh and block all the crap, and I get to rebuild you if you let me to. Remember, today, all right, instead of $9.98, it's $4.99. All you're paying for is a wrap and refresh. Credit rebuilding is free. I'm going to invite you to a class for 90 days online, and I'm going to get you $10,000 of money back to you. What excuse would you have now? Oh, you like paying $99 for those credit repair flakes that don't actually work? That's on you. Zelle, wire, deposit. Now you're going to be stuck with me for 3 months. Won't that be kind of fun? Some of you have been with me for a lifetime too. Now we broadcast up to twice a day, Monday through Friday and all day Saturday. Tomorrow I'll be on classes from 7 a.m. in the morning all the way to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Every one of you should be joining me. All right, there's a lot to learn. See, I don't pass the buck. You're stuck with me. I'm going to analyze you and tell you what needs to be done too. I might ask you to do 1 or 2 things. Could you follow through, please? That's all you're going to have to do. Simple. Let's look at Walt Disney. It's a pretty good example. They filed bankruptcy 7 times in the past. They never brought the pain home. By the way, they have $1 billion in the bank. Billion! And they didn't want to pay tax, so they just wrote an IOU to themselves. So remember something. If Mickey can do this, so can you. You got the ability to look at the SS4. It says banking and credit purposes anyway. Then if you allow me to do it correctly, corporation divisions, line of defense too, we can build credit reports for you. But again, you're going to have to make sure that I know to get you an SS4 so I can get you an Experian, an Equifax, a TransUnion too. How much credit would you like? The $100,000 card or the $1 million card too? See, it's going to be up to you as I build you up. You don't need to bring the pain home ever again. Remember, CFO equals you. You're going to become a millionaire CFO to the corporation you're the founder of. Remember, personal credit, can't write it off at all. We got to reclassify it as safety credit. On this side over here, we're going to talk about corporation. We're going to get cash credit first, not supply credit, because you don't need that at all. You need the cash. 8 cards per division, 9 lines of credit per division. Then we'll look at supply credit, vendor credit, marketing credit, lease credit, and gas cards too. We got to do this the right way. Remember, you're going to hear me say it 1,000,000 times. I've got to make you a qualified CFO. It's the only way it's going to work. In corporate setup today, for you, while I'm doing this, it's $9.99. You get $10,000 of credit back to you. From there, I do the wrapper refresh and the credit building too for free. That's all you got to do. Invest in yourself today. The millionaires in the making, it's pretty simple. It's $24.99. Instead of $10,000, it comes to $25,000 of credit to you. That's 10 times your money back to you, by the way. We're going to have a lot of fun. You Zelle, you wire, your deposit. It's all you got to do. I want to make it simple for you. Now, when I studied Mr. Buffett's father years ago, and then I studied him, he owns 100+ companies. By the way, he owns his favorite 10. So what happens today? He owns Ketchup, Geico, Coca-Cola. He owns American Express and Duracell. He owns Dairy Queen Seas Candy. He owns Bridge Jewelries and Fruit of the Loom. My question to you is, he's playing the game. Why aren't you? You can play and win too. You've already wasted thousands on crap. Today, let's invest in you and let's go get it. I'll hold your hand every step of the way. As an affiliate, I'd tell you flat out, authorized users crap, and we don't need trade lines either too. The bottom line is, I still got to make you that qualified what? CFO. So as we do this, remember, I'm the guy that invented the daisy chain process. All right, 113 ways. I can turn these cards into 99 more if you want me to. But we got to talk about corporate credit. Why? It's the only thing we get to write off at all. You see, that's the IRS rules and tools. We got to play their game too. There's 20,000 rules for that. So as we do this today, here's some bars in front of you. I don't want you to have the intent ever to rip anybody off or defraud anybody. All right? I would have to testify against you in a court of law. I know none of you would do that, but I got to have my disclaimer too. See, now you got 3 divisions floating in front of you. And remember, the corporation we set up should never do business. It should get credit. It should manage those divisions. All right, simple. The line of defense, they're actually the ducks and not you. So what happens is once the things go wrong with the piece? Well, we're going to do like the bank and the grocery store do. We're going to master the 3-step. We can call it the Donald Trump, the city, the Wells Fargo Bank, all right, or rich and famous people too. We're going to do exactly what they got to do. We're going to disconnect. We're going to isolate. We're going to incorporate the piece. We're going to fight to save that piece, but if we can't save that piece, you know what we're going to do? We're going to bankrupt that piece, keep all the other pieces, and we're never going to bring the pain home ever again. See, you got to learn how to play the rules and the tools. I don't understand why you brought the pain home in the first place. I designed this one here in 1986, and I basically had to master the rules and the tools by that time I was 9.5 years old. So every division, every subsidiary more, we're going to create the what? That line of defense. The way it was designed in 1986 when I wrote the rules. Set up that line of defense. Never bring the pain where? Home ever again. There's no reason to do that at all. Sorry to say, when you bought your house, I'll probably say you did it wrong anyway. Don't be offended by that. It should have been raised rules. Escrow closed, escrow homestead, escrow record in a trust. But understand something today. This, please. If your house and assets are in your name today, and someone sues you, they take it away. If you die, it's stuck into probate. Your family got diddly squat. Google trust today, please. Now, if you're going to be very aggressive next year under the corporation for real estate, like I want you to be, I want you to listen very carefully. You're going to hire a contractor to fix up the property. They're going to hire the subcontractor that stand outside Home Depot. Good workers, but remember what I told you earlier today. Plan on somebody getting in your way, pissing you off, trying to take it away. Why did you get knocked down the last time? If you would have known the rules and tools I'm giving you today, I almost guarantee you would have never been knocked down in the first place. So let's think. Every property you get starting now and next year, I'm going to want you to quit claim deed it to a division. I want you to do an assignment of equity too. At the end of the day, when they try to sue you, they can't. They get diddly squat. It's about time you protect your assets and never bring the pain home again. Remember something today. Please Google the word irrevocable trust. If I was you, I'd pick that one, but that's up to you too. The bottom line is this. We still got to fix up that property today. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the IRS is the system. We have to play by their rules. When you try to play outside the rules and tools, all right, you make a mess when you play peekaboo with the IRS. If you did that, go back to irs.gov, download a form called 656 of 433 A and B. Get your COVID-19 check, get your butt back in the system today. See, when I say I want to repackage you, I'm talking about everything you do. We're still going to fix that property. But then I'm going to have multiple divisions. I want to teach you how to go to the manufacturer. Save up to 70%. Now, by the way, I don't want you to have to pay a bill for 30 to 60 to 90 days anyway. You see, after we use their money to fix up that property, escrow will close and pay off all the debt. Now you have up to $200,000 left over. Please don't act like you're rich, because you did that before and kind of screwed up. Have you had $10,000 to $100,000 in the past and kind of pissed it away and now you're broke today? Please don't do that anymore. You got the ability to write down and raise rules. Leveraging money. Borrow money is not taxable. Please write it down. Set up the line of defense. You got the ability to listen and learn today. Before my coma in 2009, all right, the bank would basically call me every day. All right, you see, my office in Irvine Spectrum, was only 22,000 square feet. You see, I had other locations too, doing $1 million plus a day, helping people just like you. But the bank would call me every morning or be at the office at 9 o'clock going, Ray, what would you like today? Banks always kiss your assets when you got money. If you don't have a pot to piss in, they don't know your name. I'm going to tell you what to do many times, so I'm sorry to say I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to tell you how to leverage money. See, banks go after borrow from the feds times 10 and loan back up to 5 to us. Now, if you did this, hypothetically, if you did it right, and that way I'd tell you how to do it, that would have created $3 million of borrowed money. Borrowed money is now what? Taxable. So that means we'd go get a McDonald's at $2 million, get a Big Mac, a fry, and a chocolate shake too, because they're always open through COVID-19. You see, it's like me. When I got that first Rolex years ago, I didn't want to pay for it at all. Set up a division for jewelry. And so I got it wholesale price for $39,000. They overnighted the watch to me, didn't have to pay for 30 days. I put a loan on a watch I did not own. I paid the invoice on time. The leftover money I put in the bank to maintain the payment on a watch I did not own. At the end of the day, I got it for free. Don't worry, these are my clients. Mr. Basically Fishborn Mama too, and Clinton too. Michael was too. Kirk and Vane, Kevin Costner. Oh, there's Freeway Ricky Ross too. You see, you got to realize today, even college professors too. You see, I was known as the Incorporated for Rich and Famous People, like I said, for years. You're going to have to beat your doubt. You're going to have to run your race, but I'm going to hold your hand. You see, when people talk about cash flow for you per time, are they telling you how to do it or just going blah, blah, blah some more today? If I hand you a brand new corporation, we're going to focus on C191D. If you're really going to get serious about real estate today and next year, 8 ways to loan out money. Why don't we take $50,000 off of a card? Why don't we loan it to 5 people, $10,000 a pop? Put a second on their house, do a homestead blocker and a UCC 1-2. What did we just do? We created $2,449 of cash flow per month. Oh, you need more? Okay. How about $4,800? Oh, you still need more? How about $7,347? Do you not get within a short period of time, average 90 days, you could actually create a cash flow for you per time and be on top of this American dream? You could actually have that $1 million dream faster than you think. I'll show you mansions, helicopters, and yachts too. Got to get you past go. You see, you got a choice today. Go stock that shelf or own the store. Which one you going to pick? Don't ever settle for your surroundings. I was born in Gardena in a taxi, raised in Watts, Torrance, Hawthorne 2, and Carson 2. Let me tell you, it's up to you to go get it. Now, God's gift, pretty simple. You see, I parked my race boat and my yacht in my backyard. Where you park yours again? Simple. I like the helicopter, the Ferrari, the Lamborghini, and the building too. Now, I'd like you to do something right now, and I'm going to tell you what to do, and you can listen if you want to. I'd like you to change your driver's license, please, to a P.O. box or a mailing address. I want you to protect your assets. You see, the last time you wrote a check, all right, you had to pull out that driver's license. You're over here. You're going, hey, I'm not home. Go rob my house. Sue me. Take it all the way. I'd like you to change your driver's license to a P.O. box or a mailing address, please. See, in California, we got the Schaefer Bill, the Driver's Privacy Protection Act. It's about time you learn how to play the game and learn how to win too. Now, when you bought the last car you bought, why didn't you buy it under tax ID and fleet price? You let someone sweat you for hours on end. They got basically lost $5,000 up to 9 inquiries too. I don't understand that today, because you should be driving a company car under a tax ID. Now, let's say, hypothetically, you went to the bank or the grocery store, and you bumped someone's car. A little bumpity bump. But they act like they got whiplash. They're going to die. You know what happens next? Driver's license, insurance, registration, please. So what they do is they ask you flat out for your driver's license, got your home address on it. The insurance for the car you're driving today, are you paying for that insurance out of your paycheck? when a corporation could pay for it and write it all off? Are you actually the registered owner? That makes you the duck. Who are they going to sue when they call that nasty attorney on TV? Remember what I said earlier today? Plan on somebody trying to get in the way or take it away? You see, Ray's rules are simple. The registered owner in every car should be a division and not you. So if they want to sue anybody, they get to sue not you. And at the end of the day, they do get diddly squat. Why not? See, it's pretty simple to do. You got to protect your assets and learn how to play the game. Now, what did I do on July 3rd, 2009? I took my yacht from my backyard. Check out the address right there. I said fill it up. It was $1,600. Wrote that off. The credit card, interest rate too, and the yacht. But I took someone on the yacht that had swine flu and pneumonia in a group of people. I get to be in a coma and I get to die. Kind of sucks. Made a promise. My promise is to help people the rest of my life like you. It's pretty simple today. I walked around with that oxygen tank for 5 weeks. I put my score back to an 820, and I popped $1 million card again. I don't stay down, and from now on, neither do you. I will hold your hand every step of the way. It's that simple. God's using me to help you. I pray you pay attention today. I'm keeping my promise. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to rebuild the United States of America as fast as I can before I die again. I'm praying for 50 more years. God saved me to come help you. It's pretty simple. Believe in yourself. All right, you can get through anything because God won't put you something you can't handle. After meeting me today, I'm sorry to say there's no more excuses for you. I named my son and my daughter after me. My legacy will be the Reynolds University. So remember, I want you to be serious. I want to do the work for you today. Officers lists, all right, articles, tax ID. We're not using your home address at all. I want to get you to the corporate setup for 90 days. Get it here. I want you in level 1 for 90 days. Set up the line of defense. Normally it's $9.99 for that too. Today I'm going to give you half off. It's $999 for the whole thing. You're getting $10,000 of credit. You're getting 10 times your investment back to you. Rapid rescore, credit building too. Zelle, wire deposit. It's all you got to do. If you basically understand that Lamborghini and that building in front of you, under tax ID, reach in the dream. All right, think and be the impossible. I've done it all my life. It's about time you do too. Raise rules. There's 20,000 of these. All I need is 90 days to get you repackaged on the right direction to the $1 million dream. But I'm offering to do the work for you. And that's what matters the most. Every seminar, workshop, boot camp, you're stuck with me. I don't pass the buck. You can trust a written guarantee or your money back. It's that simple today. I want to rebuild you. Now let's talk about motivation. I listen to it every day. We all need some motivation, but at the end of the day, it's still blah, blah, blah. So here's what happens. At the end of the day, you got a story to tell too. All right, I like to get you up to the 820. I like to get you up to $100,000 of personal credit. We're going to call that safety credit, please. Corporation and divisions up to $1 million of credit too. I'd like you to learn to stop being stuck. That's pretty important today. So let's understand what's next for you is raise rules. There's 20,000 of these. You're going to have to master every step of the way. All right, and don't worry, you're just going to be holding my hand. I'll be holding your hand too. The ultimate goal is to repackage your house, your car, your bank account, so you don't bring the pain home ever again. The bottom line is like the books and CDs. All right, I wish I had them me years ago. I really do. I went through so many things to figure things out, but again, here's 18 books and CDs that can change your life. It gives you the rules and the tools how to play. You get to listen to me 24/7 and get to the workshop with me too. The ultimate goal is to make sure you understand. Office wants to sell it for $9.99. That's okay. If you did it through me during the webinar, it's half price at $4.99. Zelle, wire deposit. That's all you're going to have to do. The ultimate goal is today is corporate setup. $9.99. $10,000 of credit back to you. 10 times your money. Rapid rescore and credit building too. Zelle, wire deposits, how we get paid through COVID-19. The ultimate thing is, how did the 14th Amendment turn corporations into people? Now remember something today. I love the United States of America. I really do. But the thing for me, anytime I do anything, I master the rules and the tools. I probably read it 1,000,000 times plus because I don't want to bring the pain home. So remember, the United States of America, they maintain their 50 states or corporations. They set up their line of defense too. That's called the cities. They even created that bankruptcy called Chapter 9. It's your turn to actually set up the line of defense for you. The ultimate thing at the end of the day, now I never have joint credit. You buy a house, escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow put it in a trust. Corporation, don't name it after you, don't name it what it does, and have up to $1 million of credit. Set up that line of defense, divisions for real estate, franchise, current business. The ultimate thing is master raise rules so you don't bring the pain home. Today, our choice is simple. I'm always going to tell someone in the beginning, plan on the problems. It's going to take you 10 times more than you think, so we plan on the problem. Who's going to hurt you? Who's going to take it away? Who's going to basically get in the way? Safety, credit, the line of defense. To see it, believe it, go get it every day. We don't want to bring the pain home. All right, we're all going to get knocked down again and again. We're going to get up. That's all we got to do. Now, at the end of the day, if all you want from me is an 820 credit score, okay, I'll push it up. I'll rebuild you all the way, do a wrapper rescore too. I will hand you a $5,000 credit card back to you. All right, 10 times your investment. Then I'll offer you to go to the class on 1 o'clock on Saturday for 3 months if you want to. The difference is to make sure you don't do it again. Zelle, wire, deposit. That's all you got to do. Remember something, on a corporation, I got to make you a millionaire CFO. CFO equals you. Has to be done that way. Millionaires in the making, my favorite one. Why? It comes at $25,000 of credit. It's $24.99. 10 times your investment back to you while I do all the work and hold your hand. Zelle, wire, deposit. Not hard to do. Remember the American dream. A lot of people talk about it, but until you get the money and the credit, I'm sorry, it's just blah, blah, blah. Receiving money every month, pay all your bills, drive the company car, go on a business trip, help other people, free up your time. You've got to set up the line of defense. All right, you've got to master raise rules. There's 20,000 of these. The ultimate goal, millionaires in the making. I want all of you in this one. This is my favorite one because we get to get you 25,000 of cash credit. 10 times your investment back. So again, $24.99. That's not hard to do. Zelle, wire, deposit. Now you're stuck with me. The ultimate goal is to make sure today we stay safe and strong. If you're wondering what's next to come, let it be you and me. Let's build that relationship. All right, let us always remember life is a gift from our Father in heaven. God has given us the opportunity to believe and receive. Let us make the best of the day and give thanks in every way. Thank you, Jesus, for one more day. Amen to that. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to change your life. I want you to allow me to hold your hand, coach you, do the work for you, teach you how to do the work yourself, make sure you know how to fish too. You got 800 toll free, 510-3338. At the end of the day, if you're not calling that, I can't help you. But if you call that right away, I can help you, and I want you in my workshop starting tomorrow. Always remember, at the end of the day, God loves us all.